Welcome to News Insights. I am Victory, and today we'll be talking about 2027 presidency. Can Atiku-Obi alliance unseat Tinubu in 2027 presidency election? Barrister Philip, please, what do you have to say about this?
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. This is very interesting. It's interesting because we're just less than 2 years into this administration. We're talking about 2027. This is as a result of the hardship and the misgovernance that we are seeing in this country today. The question is, can the alliance of Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 election and former Anambra State governor, and former vice president and presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, coming together, will be able to remove the present APC government from office? Yeah, well, the answer is yes and no, because it is yes and no. The system, there are a lot that is wrong with the system, not just mere alliance. I give credence to the national chairman of Social Democratic Party, person of Alaiseu Gaba. When he was asked the same question, he said, it is not just mere alliance, it's beyond alliance. People of integrity and credible, pedigree should come together and form alliance. And they should also speak against the electoral system the way it is today. That we should first and foremost advocate for a credible electoral system. Because he said, if you don't do that, the same electoral system we have, if you allow it to conduct the 2027 election, some element will also cause glitches, as they said, wherein the result will not get to the INEC center. He said we should take a clue from the Ghana presidential election that just be concluded. He said that the election of Ghana were conducted, the election were conducted at the pool, and the result were announced at the pool. There were no collation center. That until Nigeria move away from this collation center and result to be announced at the polling unit, we are going nowhere. So what is more important is not coalition. What is more important is credible system and credible umpire to conduct credible election. It is yes, if the opposition come together and they do away with their personal interests and personal ambitions and put the interests of the nation first. He said Nigeria should look beyond Atiku and Obi, that there are other options, there are other Nigerians who can salvage this country. So
thank you
for me, I think it's beyond the two of them.
Yes. Although like you were nodding vigorously.
Yeah, he's actually saying my mind. He's actually saying what I think is okay. But you see that he just rightly said 2027 election is very critical, very important because of what we have seen and we are seeing now. But like he said also, you agree with me that the last election, some of us are still of the opinion that people that were declared winners were not actually
the winners.
They didn't actually win these elections. Justice Kutekpa, senior advocate of Nigeria, I watched one of his one program where he was a guest speaker, and he talked bitterly about judicial involvement and INEC as it were, in terms of election, deciding who become a leader and winner and whatever. And then an INEC that will come out to tell you, coming with facts and evidence that you were robbed or somebody was robbed, and will tell you, what they will tell you is, instead of trying to look into the petition, is to tell you that you should go to court. You see, so our election, the issue of 2027, has even Atiku and Obi agreed to come together. Even if they come together and we Nigerians decide to vote them for any reason, probably thinking that there'll be a better team than what we have at the moment, yes, will INEC give them their mandate? Will they be declared? Will they be sworn in? So like he rightly said, that's why I was nodding my head. I think we should look into it very well. We have an INEC that the chairman's tenure was over, and there were other better Nigerians than Jega. at least there are other Nigerians that can take over that position. The presidency under Buhari felt it should remain, and then his contract was renewed. We have a judiciary where the Chief Justice of the Federation was accused. Removed. Today we are hearing that settlement out of court and whatever. So we see there's a lot of things playing on the ground, not allowing the people's will to really prevail. So
in essence, it's not the alliance that will save us, it's credibility that will save us.
Alliance, yes, it's credibility, because even if they come together, do our votes count?
That's the thing.
Are we encouraged to vote? Have they not made budget and provisions for proper elections where you and I don't need to go sit under the sun for hours? You just go do your accreditation and then whatever. And do they allow these things to work?
No.
Do they transmit results from the polling center? As supposed, like you mentioned of Ghana, they deliberately work against things that will bring out the real result. Because most times it is the result that they decide, not the result that people decide, that they bring up and announce. And when you thought, they say go to court. So I think what we should work on now, even though they are thinking of 2037, is to work on the system so that things will work out the way it should, not having room for interference where people will decide against people's will.
That's true, because now, barrister, they've said, okay, this is going to work, this is going to help, because they are thinking that if they pull Atiku's vote with Peter Obi's vote, that is going to create one vote that is bigger than President Tinubu's vote. That's what they're saying. But for APC spokespersons to come out and say it can never unseat Tinubu, like, does it seem like there is a plan in motion already?
Well, you see, this is the problem with Nigerians. In politics, you don't bring your strategy to the open. Because once you do that, you are giving room to the opposition to prepare ahead of you, to see how he can overpower you with that your strategy. Having said that, I come back to the issue of alliance. The alliance we need to bring about good governance. I am not about Tinubu government alone. It is all the opposition party, all the credible Nigerians, all the people with integrity to form one formidable alliance and say, this is enough. Enough is enough of bad governance. Then, when they come together, when they form that alliance, it is not mere political party alone. Every strata of the nation, those who want Nigeria to be good, to form one alliance and speak against this present INEC and INEC's provisions that guides the election. That they should stand up to their right, that result of election to be announced at the unit where people cast their votes.
Good.
And nothing short of that. There should be it is the process of result, leaving the voting unit to the coalition. That is where they manipulate the results.
That's true.
Yes.
So, the alliance is good, but it's not just for these two people. They don't own Nigeria. You and I are stakeholders. There are better people elsewhere there. We want this country to work. So the truth is that we need alliance. But we shouldn't form the alliance based on the result.
Personal interest.
Or based on the result we had that we're going to combine. No.
Yeah, and it's funny because Atiku has run for presidency over and over again.
Yeah, we should have people who will sit and stand to fight for the nation, not personal interest. Atiku must not, you can be a kingmaker. You must not be the president. That's why I say, the alliance between Peter Obi and Atiku is to unseat Tinubu. Personal interest. So that they can be president and vice president.
You see.
Not to stop the bad governance and bad way of doing elections in the country.
You see, that is still all about the state capture. Now, if you listen to the SDP national chairman, person of Alaisio Gaba, and his counterpart in the coalition of political parties, when they were interviewed, they were saying, no, this is beyond Atiku and Peter Obi. This is what involved the entire Nigerians. The credible people, people with integrity in Nigeria who felt that our country need to work, should all come together. And I stand on that we need to do more. We should not, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi coming together, I see the state capture.
Yeah, but
so like
given at Peter Obi's record, don't you think you're able to do something
more? You see, everybody has that bad records. You are only speaking of Peter Obi today. If you get close to a person who knows Peter Obi, you will be surprised the kind of one that will be open. I am not saying nobody is perfect. That's what I'm saying in essence. They are good. If Peter Obi is the person the credible Nigeria zero on, I'm good with it. You understand? But what I'm saying, it should not be tied to a person.
Yes.
They should rather work on the system to allow a free and fair election, to allow a credible candidate, not pointing a particular person or people now as the ones that can save the country in 2027. Rather, our system should be worked on in such a way that anybody can come out seeing that, well, the system is functional now. Okay, let me go out and give myself,
and let my choice count also.
Yeah, choice count. Because what they are talking about now is they are not trying to just work against the bad system. They are trying to think of how they can end up. Are they the only ones among the 200 and something million Nigerians that can save the country from this mess we find ourselves in? I think our major problem that our politicians should work on, like you rightly say, is the system. Not just about them. Because if the system is good and smooth, Nigeria have more than 1 million people who can be president and do better than all these known politicians. And because of the corruption in our political process and many other things, the very important people and very good and honest Nigerians are not even coming out. Because if they come out, they may not even get the chance.
So you see what I'm saying when you talk of the issue of alliance. Even when you look at the APC, there are credible people in APC.
That's right.
There are people with integrity in APC who are not satisfied with what is happening. But they are there because they cannot do much. If you have a formidable opposition with credible people that they feel they share the same idea with, they will come out.
They will.
And they will work for the betterment of the country. So yes, alliance is very, very okay. But my own take is that it should not be tied to a particular persons. It should be for people who want the betterment and the good of Nigerians. The options should be left open. It should not be narrowed down. You have so many good persons out there.
And you shouldn't look at one person as the person is the savior.
Yes, that's
as
exactly
if the
what
person
I'm
is not there.
So,
this will not work.
And the alliance should not just be on how to win election alone. Because if you focus on how to win election and you don't focus on the system that will conduct the election, you will still lose the election. Because look at Edo State, look at Ondo State, and the one that will come in the future. APC is telling you they don't say they are winning election because of what they said. That state is the next state to take it. The state capturing,
not minding, that shows that it's not what the people vote that counts. So it means they are in charge, they are in control of.
Yeah, just like they said here, it can't, even if there's an alliance, it can't unseat. It feels
exactly.
Like because
you see the arrogancy, the pride.
Exactly.
Because in fact, 2027 result, if you look at the tone of the APC spokesperson, the tone was that the result is already in our hands. So what are you talking about?
That is because the people that are supposed to stand.
The fight, for me, the fight should be against the
system. The system, not just INEC alone. The INEC, the police, because the police will be there while election is going on. They are doing both this vote buying. They are cancelling results to change results. The police are there. They don't talk. The judiciary will go to the court. They will ask you for facts. By the end of the day, they say on technical ground. What is technicality? Where you can see something glaring.
And it should be explained. The technicality should be explained.
The thing is this. Elections should not be taken to the court. Right? Ghana, our neighboring country, they've just did the election and they declared. Do you hear anybody going to court? So why if you involve the court will do their work. So their technicality, their procedure. The court is a court of law. It's governed by rules, so you don't blame the court. You bring your matter before them.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to stretch it.
So-
This is the mind of most Nigerians. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be right back.
You're welcome.